Well, grand rising to all of you, my family and friends. And of course, welcome to Elonda Monet's Motivational Moment. Before I start, I must do my salutations. Abaragani. Assalamu alaikum. Ikaro. And now that I've done my salutations, let's get into the meat of the message for today. Today we're going to talk about triggers. What are triggers? How triggers affect our lives? How triggers make us react or respond in a certain way. Triggers can be environmental, it could be social, physical, economic, it could be a feeling. What triggers you? First of all, what is a trigger? A trigger are personal triggers or specific situations, people, environment, and or memories that evoke intense emotional reactions. These reactions can range from anxiety and stress to anger and sadness. Understanding your triggers is the first step toward gaining control over your emotional well-being. A trigger refers to a person, place, or thing or situation that evokes a strong emotion or physical response, often related to a past traumatic and difficult experience. So what is a trigger? Triggers are something that ignites the feeling that you felt when you were in fight or flight. If you're in a painful situation, that's your mind helping you to remember what you did when this happened before. Okay? And sometimes people are triggered by red ink. Some people are triggered by not looking at them in the eye when you talk to them. There's a lot of different triggers that affect different people in different ways. Now, the definition of a trigger, once again, a trigger is something that reminds someone of a past event and causes them to have an emotion or physical reaction as a result. For example, a trauma-related incident, a smell, a sound, or an image that reminds someone of a traumatic experience can trigger a strong emotional response. Anxiety related. Certain situations, thoughts, or people can trigger anxiety or panic within an individual. Addiction related. Triggers can be people, places, and things that remind someone of a past substance use and lead to a craving or desire to use it again. Now, how many of us have been in a relationship trigger? And a relationship trigger is when you see something within a person that has happened in a previous relationship, you act out as if you were in that previous relationship. How many of us have done it? I've done it several times. But I had to catch myself because that person didn't deserve the response that I gave, because that response was really for the previous person that I was with. Knowing your triggers will help you in the long run. You know what makes you angry. You know the different spells that make you feel a certain kind of way. So what do? You stay away from those things. You stay away from those things that trigger you or make you act out of character. Now, how to identify triggers. Pay attention to your reaction. Notice what situations, people, or things make you feel anxious, angry, sad, or overwhelmed. Keep a journal. Write it down. What situations or events seem to trigger strong emotions, and what are those emotions? And then finally, seek help. If you're struggling to identify or manage your triggers, consider talking to a therapist or a counselor. There is nothing wrong with talking to a therapist or a counselor. Those people are equipped to help you maneuver through your feelings. Now, all of us was not born with a feeling regulator, meaning that how you feel is being regulated. No, everyone's feelings, it comes from it's personal. So what may trigger me may not trigger you. What may offend me may not offend you. A lot of things that are being done or said that people think is, oh, it's okay. Like for me, if support is very important, and if my partner is not supportive of the things that I do, then I tend not to stay there. If there's competition between my partner and I do not stay there. If there are power struggles between the two, I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay anywhere where I am not happy. I am 52, about to be 53 in a few months. And if I'm not happy within a situation, if I'm not happy within a circumstance, I refuse to waste any of my time. I'm asking God for 100 years. I might not make it. So I have to make sure that every day that I do whatever I do, I enjoy it. And if I'm with you and I'm not happy, it is time for me to leave. And I'm pretty sure you would think the same way. If you're not happy within a situation, why be there? Oh, I won't find anybody that's better than him. Yes, you will, but if you stay with him, you never will. Oh, I don't want to be alone. Being alone does not make you lonely. Learn to enjoy you. Learn to take yourself out to the movies. Take yourself out to eat. Take yourself for a mani and a pedicure. Do things that you would like to do. If a person does not appreciate your presence, then bless them with your absence. And don't let people speak over you that does not have your best interest at heart. Now, how do we cope with triggers? How do we deal with them? How do we maneuver this thing called life with our triggers? How do we do it? Step by step. Practice relaxation techniques. If you are feeling triggered, try deep breathing, meditate, do yoga to calm your nerves. I know when I was little, I don't like the fact of people leaving. And I know that it stems from my father, my mom, and my dad having an argument and my mom leaving. And my dad left the family. Now, I felt as a kid that the reason why my mom and dad broke up was because I didn't do something. And I carried that for a long, long time. It wasn't until I became an adult that I realized that the reason why I would leave a situation when I felt that I didn't like it anymore was because I decided not to. I was looking at my mom and my dad, and I took it as a child, saying that if you're not happy with something, I gotta leave you before you leave me. And that's definitely not the way. Hey, Kia, hey, Jenny. That was definitely not the way to think of things. And I have lost a lot of relationships because we didn't get along. And for me, I think it was just a plan for me to understand who I am, what I needed to be in this thing called life. So I do believe that God will bring things to your remembrance or to your mind so that you yourself will know that if this is supposed to be for me, then it will work itself out. I will stay in it. I will put 10 toes down in it. You know, that's what I would do in order to keep my relationship together. Now, another is called limited exposure. If possible, avoid situations or places where you will be triggered. There's some things that I will not do. I will not do because I know that it will trigger responses with me. And sometimes people will say things and they not knowing my triggers would trigger me. So I will have to say, you know what? I'm going to have to leave the situation right now because at this point I cannot give you response without putting my emotions first. So let me digest this and I will revisit this at a later date. But I'm really saying you need to shut up talking to me because you don't know what you're talking about. And before you start stepping on toes, boo, you better watch out because you'll get yours stepped on. But instead of me saying that, I learned to walk away. Some people are not worth the fight. Grand Risings, because some people are not worth the fight. They are not worth your mind. Don't give them a piece of your mind. They are not worth it. Some people are not even worth the dirt on your shoes. So don't give it to them. When you give yourself away, when you give things, when you start to give of yourself and you lose you, which is the most important part of the whole situation, never lose who you are. That's really big. The next one is develop coping mechanisms. I walk away. I can't take it. I walk away until I am able to sit down and actively talk to you. And what I don't do, all these text message bandits, all these Facebook bandits, I ain't got time for y'all. If you want to talk to me, call me. You know my number. And if you don't know my number, you know somebody who might have my number. Call me. Let's talk. Let's sit down as grown folk and talk. I've told my son many a times, don't text. First of all, I can't understand your text because the text that he uses, the short words, I have no idea what they're saying, so it's going over my head anyway. But pick up the phone and call me. Come by the house and see me. If we have an issue or a problem, let's sit down as adults and let's talk about them. Let's just not text and then block them. That's not talking. That's dropping the mic. Let's sit down as grown people and let's have a conversation. When we sit down at the table on Sunday, put your phone away. It is family time. Let's sit down and talk about our day, our month, our week. What are you planning to do in the next 3 months? What are you planning to do in the next 6 months? Let's talk about building wealth. Let's talk about legacy. Let's talk about how we are going to be able to move from the next division to the next division. As you can see, this community, this world is not for us. It's not made for us, so we have to make our way. If they are not going to let you have a seat at the table, then damn blast it, make your own table. Stop waiting for somebody to give you something that you so rightfully deserve. If you want to sit at a table and no one has invited you to that table, then boo, maybe it's time for you to go make that table. Go build that table, then you sit at it. You sit at it. Learn, when people tell you no, it's not N-O, it's K-N-O-W. It's something you missing. I don't take no as a last resort. I always say K-N-O-W. What more can I tell you that you need? And if at that time you do not take my advice, then I will bow-fully respect your views and bow out gracefully. I have no fight with you, boo-boo. My fight is spiritual. My fight is bigger than you and I. I have souls that I have to claim. I have souls that I have to fight for. And I'm sorry if you feel that you're more important than the next person. You're not. I love you enough to let you go. You walk over, messing with me, you might be limping back. And I'm just being honest. I am a stickler to however I feel that when I'm talking with you, and it's not we having a conversation, then what are we doing? We are wasting time. I remember I was going to a meeting, and the particular people that I was meeting with, the only thing they talked about was other people. If we are doing, or if we are about the business of being about the business, we don't have time to talk about what they doing. We need to concentrate on what we are doing, how we're going to move, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and in what means are we going to use it, what monies do we need, what people do we need in place in order to get where we need to go. If your conversation always talks about somebody else, then why are you there? Misery loves company. And bad news will travel around the world 7 times while good news is putting on its shoes. You'll never know of my good. But soon as I have an issue, I have 300 likes. I have over 5.6 million people. 5.6 million people looking at my views because they want to see the messiness. Let's start a new trend. Let's start publicizing positivity. Let's start uplifting our brothers and our sisters. I am my sister's keeper. And if I see something that I think is not, hey sis, let me talk to you for a minute. That wig don't suit you. We need to find a better wig that's best with your face and your color and your complexion. Let's find something that'll make you pop and somebody to say, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I'm not going to talk about your wig, the track showing, or your lace showing, if I'm not there to help you. I am my sister's keeper. You don't have a mirror, nor a friend if they let you come outside looking like that. If my eyelashes are crooked, then hey sis, I don't know what's wrong, but that left eye is totally out of whack. Learning your triggers and learning the people who trigger you. So with that being said, guys, I have got to go. I love you. Oh, before I forget, you can always go to my YouTube page, Yolanda Monet Hatter, and check out my clips. Click, and share. Go on out there. I got a lot of them out there. Check them out. See how they work. See what it do. So with that being said, guys, I have got to go. I love you, but God loves you more. And always remember, I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.